Okay, here we are back again. Going to make another quick video. One that I didn't think I needed to make, but I've been seeing lately some people trying to reinvent the wheel, and or just not knowing exactly the more efficient ways to hit this particular map, which is one I don't hit very often. It's one of the first maps I thought we learned how to do. But I've been seeing a lot of weird routes and methods on complex, so I'd like to talk about the standard way to do it. Now, on a complex, we have hero and no hero complex. If the complex is a 2-shock or less, we don't use the hero. There's no need for the hero because you can do, over 2 million and damage without the hero under 2 rounds of shocks. And as you can see, this complex is shock launcher and the rockets over here. It's 2 shocks, so not even going to waste time with the hero. Now, so the strategy for a complex like this is, let me get my pen out here. For all complexes, regardless if it's hero or non-hero, we have to use an art, and we want to art this pack of mines right here. Just in the middle, just throw 1 artillery to get rid of those mines on the corner, because you will trip them, and throw 1 artillery on this bottom boom cannon on the bottom right hand corner. And we mark that, and the reason to do that is the Zookas, because your final flare point is going to be up here against the wall. And when you mark that boom cannon, it makes the girls target the boom cannon before you flare the core, so they stay bunched up under 1 smoke. They don't spread and target all the boom cannons, or also a rocket on the left. They just target that 1 boom cannon. So it's important to mark it to make sure all your girls stay under 1 smoke. Now, our path. Well, most of the time, let me go back here. Discard this. Most of the time, complex is going to be a hot beach. Most of the time it is. So we do and you can't be doing some sloppy landings like I like to do sometimes. You have to do a 2-smoke landing, or 1 smoke if it's only a partial hot beach, because if you try to do more, you're not going to have the GBE when you get to the top, because you need to try to do this in 13 smokes. Because up there, the smokes get really expensive, and if you need an extra one like that 14th smoke, that will cost you a shock or it takes a ton of GBE. So you need to make a 2-smoke landing. And our first flare point, we're going to do a 2-smoke landing over here on the right side of the beach. We're going to flag here. Smoke, flag right here, throw another smoke, flare up into it. And then we're going to throw discards again. And up here at the top, our first flare point is going to be, and it's important, keep in mind, right here in this corner. Right in the corner. So we're going to flare in the corner, and that will, let's go back, I need the... When we flare in that corner, our path will go over here. We'll miss mines, and we'll get them in a good single file line. Yeah, that was supposed to be an eraser. Let's erase this. Now, whenever we get about halfway, or a little less than halfway, let me let this reload. When we get about halfway, when we get, pause. Whenever our girls are going to be walking single file up through here, whenever we're starting to just pass this set of mortars right here in a single file line, we want to throw our final flare. And the final flare goes, all right, it's got to go all the way up here against this wall. All the way against the wall is really important. And what's also important is wear. Imagine the line going in between these boom cannons going up here. We need it about 2 tiles over on the inside of that line. That's the money spot. While they're on the move, what's called the crossover technique. And then whenever you get up, you flare the core. Whenever they settle, you flare the core, and then you just shock the shock launcher, and you shock the rockets or whatever else you have to shock. Just do them 2 by 2, 2 shocks 2 times, and it's a pretty easy kill. The hard part, which is not even that hard, is just getting up to the top. It just intimidates a lot of people because it's a long walk, and there's a lot of flamethrowers and machine guns through here. And of course the rockets, you can't, a lot of people like to get really late with smoking. You just have to be aware. You just have to be aware and not be super late with your smokes, because whenever you get over halfway there or 3/4 of the way up this map, it's taking them a couple of seconds to get there after you toss it. So this complex, let's see how much health had on this one, and then we'll look at it in real time. So 955, so that's 1,000, and about 2.1 million. It had about 2.1 million health. So let's look at it in real time. I'm sacrificing the hero just because I want to rapid tap my unload and don't want to take the hero with me. So I just sacrifice the hero. Then I'm looking for my smoke spot. I have an Android, so it's a blurry beach. Looking for my smoke spots. Got touched up a little bit there because I had a bad second smoke. That flare up in the corner, and then you'll see how they'll walk. They'll get nice and single file right here. Then whenever I get about to this mortar, you'll see I'll toss up the second flare right up against the wall, right where I said, and then they'll dart over to the right 3 tiles and then go single file all the way to the top. And now I'm marking the boom cannon, getting rid of the mines. Double smoke my end here. And now it's just flare the core and hit your shocks, and can't go wrong. Famous last words. So, flare core, shock, shock. And then just watch your first shock timers and get ready to throw 2 more shocks. And not much more to say about that, but that's how you do the crossover complex. And thanks for watching.